Hey everybody, so over the next couple of weeks I'm going to be uploading a video series in which I play Pokemon Omega Ruby and Pokemon Emerald. I'm going to be going through both games with the same team of 6. They're Pokemon that I've handcrafted. They are either Pokemon that are not too good, I don't really see that much representation for them, or they're actually like a Pokemon like Aggron, in which I see all the time, but I just haven't used it in a while. So this is actually a series that is inspired by VitaminDatai's playthrough, in which he actually had a similar ideology in which he played Pokemon Crystal versus Pokemon Heart Gold and compared the two, and then later he did Pokemon Leaf Green versus Pokemon Blue. And just a bit of a disclaimer before we start, I don't have a capture card, so I had to record it on one of my old phones. Hopefully it's not too big of a deal. The audio quality and the video quality seems to be pretty good. It's not the best thing in this modern age of 2020, but this is just a documentary series in which I want to like look back in the future and stuff, just to kind of look at it. So it's not too big of a deal to me. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. All right, so first we're going to be looking at Pokemon Omega Ruby. This is the first boss battle. It's going to be against Roxanne. I'm only going to be showing boss battles in this playthrough, so this is going to be the first gym. And one thing about this fight in particular is that compared to Pokemon Emerald, where she has 3 Pokemon, she only has 2 in this game. However, the difference here is that Rock Tomb is actually more accurate. It went from base 80 accuracy to base 95, so it's actually going to be a lot more potent. So my strategy for this is actually I'm going to lead off with Dustox. Dustox is the first Pokemon of my team. Nadia, she was basically the starter of my team. I don't have an actual starter. And I get a confusion there. It was going to be really huge. It wasn't in the original plan for this battle, actually. Like, I don't really mind having the confusion, but the fact that he is confused, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get my Hardens up because, I'm just going to raise that defense. And just hopefully you can hit yourself, because I don't want you to, like, heal up. Actually, I do want you to heal up, actually. I'm going to keep going for Hardens until that confusion wears you down so that you get to red HP. That way, you're going to be wasting a potion on Geodude as opposed to Nosepass. So I get 3 Hardens up. Again, it's not really necessary. The Pokemon that I have up next can actually deal with the rest of the team pretty easily. I just send out Dustox, Nadia first, so I can get some chip damage. But I'm going to Gust the Geodude, put him into red HP range, so she will be able to heal up next turn. And from there, my Berry will get pop, and I'll restore HP. So as you see, Rock Tomb is just not doing anything anymore. 3 Hardens is just enough to kind of render this Geodude kind of useless, and Confusion after that potion is going to be a hefty 2-hit KO, just a perfect amount. So Nadia's looking pretty good. She outspeeds here. She's going to get a level up. I believe she's going to get Poison Powder. Not something I'm going to be using in this fight, but something to look out for in future fights. Might see its head. But we're going to get that level up. Confusion, just a really good move. It hits on the special side, so Geodude is kind of liable to that. Geodude is a very good defensive Pokemon in terms of the physical side. Not too much in the special side. You can easily exploit that. So now we're going into the head honcho of the group. This is Nosepass. I guess I will use Poison Powder there, actually. I didn't really mean to. But let's do that Poison Powder. We're going to get that chip damage going on, just getting that 12% damage, I think, and Rock Tomb's still not doing anything. So yeah, like it did like 6 damage, I think. Like, that's absolutely nothing. So we're gonna get a second Confusion on the board, and this is where, unfortunately, the crits fall into favor into Nadia, and she is left with her demise. She's actually one of the most clumsiest Dustox ever. As a Wurmple, she actually got hit like a million times by critical hits when she was grinding. But we're going to go to our second team member, Rhea. And the cool thing about Rhea is, and that's not mistaken, she actually does in fact have Mud Bomb. And you're thinking, why does this little creature have Mud Bomb? Well, if you go to use the Dex Nav feature, you can actually hunt for Pokemon with different egg moves. And this was actually one of my ideas to kind of out Roxanne, is to just go for that Mud Bomb, one of the egg moves, and just kind of knock her out. Super effective damage on the special side too. So that is going to be the Omega Ruby side of things. So let's go switch over to Emerald in just a bit. So over here on Pokemon Emerald version, it's going to be a little bit harder, I feel like, mainly because we don't have Mud Bomb to save us. Mud Bomb was kind of the clutch. Like, even if Dustox kind of died in the beginning, I feel like I still would have won because of the fact that Skitty had Mud Bomb and can just spam that on the special side, we don't have that in this game. So we're actually going to have a different approach in tactics, in which we start with Skitty or Rhea, and Rhea is just going to go for a bunch of growls on this Geodude. Because we don't have anything to really hit Roxanne pretty strong, we're going to have to kind of whittle it down and go for the more setup approach. So Rhea's job here, as opposed to being a late game sweeper, she is the mon that's going to help set things up. Pokemon don't really switch out in these kind of games unless you go for a not very effective move. Or rather, say if I go for a grass move on this Geodude and it survives, and if there's like a Scizor that would quad resist it, then it would sometimes switch. But in this kind of situation, when you're just kind of like debuffing it with Growl, it doesn't really do that. So with these Rock Tombs missing and these Rock Throws only doing like 8 damage, 5 damage over time, this is just what we need to be able to actually get a -6 in attack, I believe. So now we're just going to go for tackles. And actually, this is the third attempt that I actually had to do against Roxanne. I've actually lost to her twice before. In the previous, in Oras, I actually beat her on the first try. But for this, it is very difficult, actually. This is a very luck-intensive strategy. And we're going to be seeing this on the second half when we go into our secondary Pokemon, which remains Nadia. So Nadia's goal here is, okay, you're staring down a -6 Geodude. The best thing you can do here is set up your own Hardens, because once you knock that Geodude out, the other Geodude and the other Nosepass, her Ace monster, is going to be at full capacity, you know? So you're going to need those Hardens to kind of set it up. And the luck in this is that we hope for no crits, because if we get crit, it's kind of over. It's game over. At any point during this strategy, whether it be the Geodude or the other Pokemon that come out after it, if they get a critical hit, it's kind of over, honestly. So these Rock Tombs, one cool thing about Dustox actually is that Dustox actually has the ability Shield Dust. So what that does is it doesn't suffer any residual effects, or secondary effects rather. So Rock Tomb, it's a strong rock move that lowers speed traditionally after hitting, but because Dustox has Shield Dust, it doesn't lower speed. So that's actually really cool for Nadia, because it allows her to just keep her not super fast speed, but faster than these kind of walking rocks, you know, no legs. But the Oran Berry's in a prop here, and you see I went for 5 Hardens, I believe, as opposed to 6. I went for like some odd number, and the reason for that is that the Oran Berry would actually heal me up to a more optimal percent of 34, as opposed to, say, if I were to go for another Harden right now, and she Rock Throws me, she'd probably put me at 27, and I won't be as good of HP as I would had I not gone for the Harden, which is going to actually matter a lot against this Nosepass and Geodude situation. But we're going to get this level up onto level 19, giving us just enough special attack to be able to like take care of this Nosepass. And I say that, but it's all looking like a 6 KO, honestly. 5-6 hit KO. But fortunately, Rock Tomb's not doing anything. It's doing like 5 damage, I think, per hit. I wasn't really paying attention. And especially since when it misses, it's not going to do any damage. So Confusion being this 5-hit KO, however, we do have to be mindful of the berry. But, you know, just as long as it doesn't create, you know, it's not too big of a deal, I feel like. So the Oran Berry will prop here, healing Nosepass a considerable amount, I feel like. And she still has another potion waiting in the wings. But fortunately, she mercifully goes for a block here. And you're going to see later that's actually going to be very, very costly for our friend Roxanne. But the potion will heal her up, and Confusion is just going to keep hitting. And it's looking kind of grim for us, honestly. Like, we're still, like, at the yellow HP. We have a Geodude that we have to deal with still. Like, we're hoping for a critical hit or a Confusion or more Rock Tomb misses. But, you know, this is doing 7 per hit. Confusion's going to hit here. We're going to take another 7%. And it's looking pretty dark, because, pay attention, that does 8. Geodude, we weren't one-hit KOing Geodudes, man. Like, this is going to be a very nail-biter game, I feel like, because we're not going to be able to one-shot the Geodude, and the Geodude's going to get a Rock Tomb or a Rock Throw, and that could be it for us, honestly. But, remember back with that block, very, very crucial misplay, because the Rock Tomb is going to take us to exactly 1 HP, and had not Nose Pass tackled or Rock Thrown or anything, Rock Tomb, anything but block, we would have gone down there. But because of that, Roxanne, not as studious as she might seem, has given us the victory. So I'll see you guys on the next video.